शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्। नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः। ॐ नमः परमहंसास्वादितचरणकमलचिन्मकरन्दाय भक्तजनमानसनिवासाय श्रीरामचन्द्राय ॐ। So we finished the 16th sarga in the previous session. We have to start 17th sarga. It's somewhat a big sarga, but there's not much in it. It's just informational. So we will try to finish it today. Where are we in the story? So Dasharatha decided to do Putrakameshti Yaga. Rishishringa was invited. Dasharatha desired to do Ashwamedha Yaga. Rishishringa was invited. Ashwamedha Yaga was finished. Then he requested Rishishringa to perform a yaga for the sake of his son, for the sake of getting children, and Rishishringa also performs Putrakameshti Yaga. While that is going on, then Devatas are talking between themselves and they plead Vishnu, and Vishnu to put an end to Ravana. And Vishnu decides to come down as Dasharatha's son. This is the story that has happened so far. So interestingly, if you see, just some additional information I am saying, not so much related to what this text itself. So you will see that two yagas have been mentioned so far. One is Ashwamedha Yaga and one is Putrakameshti Yaga. And we have seen that Ashwamedha Yaga has been mentioned in great detail. I think in 2-3 chapters he mentioned the preparation in one chapter and the actual yaga in one chapter. In great detail, Ashwamedha Yaga is mentioned. But in case of Putrakameshti Yaga, he just said that Rishishringa performed a yaga which is so Putriyam Ishtim. So that Ishti, that yaga which gives children, that only that much is mentioned. So in Vedanta we have something called, I'm just telling you for information's sake these things, in Vedanta we have something called Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana. So strictly speaking, these are Mimamsa terms, as in these are first used by Mimamsakas and then we borrowed those terms, Vedantins, and then we gave our own meaning, somewhat similar meaning but slightly different also. These terms have been used by Mimamsakas. In fact, Kumarila Bhatta first used it, from what little I know. So he used something called Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana in the context of yagas. What is Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana? To just simply tell you, so Swarupa Lakshana, so some yagas are mentioned in the Vedas. How are they mentioned? Sometimes they are mentioned in detail and sometimes they are mentioned just by giving the name of the yaga. Of course, what is being stated, that will be explained later in the Veda itself with great detail. If it's not in great detail, in elaborate detail, if it's not mentioned, then Mimamsa Shastra will pick up. So now you can easily guess those yagas, those specifications of yagas where the entire detail of the yaga is given, all the angas which constitute the Angi yaga is given. So such a description of yaga is called Swarupa Lakshana of the yaga. So all the details about the yaga is given, like Ashwamedha yaga here. So that yaga which only, which like Putra Kameshti yaga, what is said here? So that so if you do this yaga, you will get children. That much is said. That is called Tatastha Lakshanam of a yaga. So these terms have been used by Kumarila Bhatta, and very famously he gave an example in his Vartikas. So for Tatastha Lakshana, he gives an example. If a patient goes to a doctor and then he tells his problem, that I am suffering from these symptoms, then the doctor will tell, and then he will tell, give me some medicine. Then the doctor will give him some medicine. Now this patient will ask the doctor, what is this medicine? So that doctor, suppose he says, this is the medicine that cures your illness. So if you say like that, then that becomes Tatastha Lakshana, because he didn't tell him the composition of the medicine or anything. So this is his example of Tatastha Lakshana. That medicine which cures your disease is the medicine for you. This is Tatastha Lakshana. Suppose he gives him the chemical composition and things like that, then it becomes Swarupa Lakshana. So for Mimamsakas, just saying Tatastha Lakshana is of no use. You should tell the Swarupa Lakshana also. that this is what constitutes the yaga also has to be told. In that context, this discussion comes up in Mimamsa Shastra. So in Vedanta also we have borrowed. In Vedanta, you are familiar with what is Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana. In Vedanta, both Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana are important. So one might ask why. So I'm diverting. I don't know why I started this topic, but I'm diverting. One might ask why two lakshanas are required. One is enough. You say Swarupa Lakshana, that is enough. Why bring in Tatastha Lakshana also? So very nicely Mahatmas explain why Swarupa and Tatastha Lakshana both are required is because if you say Tatastha Lakshana first, so Janmadhyasya Yataha, so for that from which this Jagat is born, that much is enough. So you can either say that from which Jagat is born, that in which this Jagat stays, is sustained, or that in which this Jagat goes and so Laya happens. So any one of them is enough. You don't even have to say all three. So one is enough. So by this Tatastha Lakshana, you will stop looking for Brahma in the Padarthas of this world, you know. Otherwise, if you say Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, then you will start looking for the Brahma even in the things of the world, in pot, in this laptop, in this book, I will start looking for Brahma. So by stating the Tatastha Lakshana, much of the scope of the search is reduced. All the unwanted things are reduced because these laptop, book and everything cannot be the Jagat Karanam. So those things are removed. So after removing those things, only few things are left. What are those few things? So various schools of philosophy are there. Each school of philosophy posits one Karanam. So these Nayayikas, Vaisheshikas say Paramanu is the Karanam. So Sankhya says Pradhana is the Karanam. We say Brahman is the Karanam. So the scope of your search is reduced by Tatastha Lakshana. And Swarupa Lakshana, therefore you will say that Satyam Jnanam Anantam. So that Satyam Jnanam Anantam cannot go for Pradhana, cannot go for Paramanus. It only goes into Brahma. So both these lakshanas are required. So you need not one should not ask why two lakshanas, one should be enough. Anyway, as a side information, what I wanted to say is the way Valmiki has described Ashwamedha Yaga is corresponding to the Mimamsaka's concept of Swarupa Lakshanam of a Yaga. All the details of the Yaga are mentioned, and the way Putrakameshti is mentioned, it is like saying Tatastha Lakshanam of the Mimamsakas, just that Yaga which gives Putra, that Yaga Risheshringa did. So that is like saying Tatastha Lakshanam. Having said that, so one more comment I will make before we go to the Sarga proper, which is that how do we have to view at this Sarga, look at the Sarga. So there are 2-3 aspects. One aspect, let me say at the outset, something that I said in the session before the previous session, which is that these 2-3 Sargas seem to be a little problematic because there are some inconsistent details like, you know, Devatas tell Vishnu that Ravana is trying to occupy Amaravati and things like that. He has not yet occupied. So such details are there, and even in this sarga, there are some inconsistencies. What this sarga primarily consists of is that all vanaras are going to be born by Brahma's adesha. Each devata will take up, will what should I say? Will give birth to vanaras. So which vanara is born to whom? That details what is mentioned here and what is mentioned in elsewhere in the Ramayana. So there are some problems. Of course, these Tikakaras will accommodate all those problems. So they have written those things, but you will have to see how will these two things um, tally, because there is some conflict. Of course, I will tell those things maybe at the end of the sarga, and then excuse me, and then that aside, this sarga is a very beautiful sarga in the sense that you can see kind of adbhuta rasa is brought out by Valmiki in this sarga. You will see what all vanaras can do and what are these kinds of people. So different kinds of, so species of, let's say, humanoids. They are like humans, but they are not humans entirely. They are somewhere between humans and devatas. So there is a class of people which is between humans and devatas. So those different classes of people, and then these vanaras and things, it's very amazing. If you tell these stories to a child, this sarga to the child, then so like we have superheroes today. So something like that. So the superheroes means what? So somebody is a Batman, somebody is a Spider-Man. He's a human being, but he has these bat qualities, he has these spider qualities and things like that. Like that you will find about these vanaras. So I thought at least that this brings about adbhuta rasa. Valmiki tries to brings out adbhuta rasa. It's very amazing to us to listen to these things. Now let us enter into the sarga proper. Atha saptadasha sarga. So this is the penultimate sarga before Rama is born. So in the next sarga, Rama will be born. Thereafter, we will have Rama in the story. Atha saptadasha sarga. Putratvantu gate Vishnu Ragnestasya Mahatmanah. Uvacha devatas sarva swayambhur bhagavanidam. So putratvantu gate Vishnu putratvam gate. Now that Vishnu has gone as the son. So gone as the son means he's not yet born, but then he has decided to be born as the son of whom? Rajnyaha tasya Mahatmanaha Rajnyaha, as putra of that great Mahatma King Dasharatha. Now that Vishnu has decided, so Vishnu has decided means he will be born. So that's the meaning. That's why he's going to say Satyasandhasya also. So he's not yet born, but then he just promised to the devatas that I will be born. But then Valmiki is already saying Putratvantu Gate. So he is born. So Bhagavan has given a word means that will happen. So he's Satya Sankalpa, Satya Kamaha, and things like that. So Tasya Mahatmana, how now that Vishnu has decided to be born like that, literal meaning is he's already born, but then the understood meaning is he has decided to be born. Then Uvacha Devata Sarva Swayambhur Bhagavanidam. So Bhagavan Swayambhu Brahma Chaturmukha Brahma. This Swayambhu, Puranically we say Swayambhu is the same as Chaturmukha Brahma, but strictly speaking that Swayambhus are different. So he's the Prathama Jivi. From that Prathama Jivi all these Trimurtis are born. So that's a different story. But now that we are in this Purana kind of story, not philosophy, but in story kind of context, we are saying Swayambhu is Chaturmukha Brahma. So that's Chaturmukha Brahma, he addresses all the devatas. So Sarva Devataha Uvacha. So this Swayambhu Chaturmukha Brahma tells all these devatas. What does he say? Satyasandhasya Virasya Sarveshanno Hitaishinaha Vishno Sahayan Balinaha Srajadhvam Kamarupinaha Satyasandhasya. So like I said, Satyasandha, why is it being used here as an adjective to Vishnu? Because he is just promised. So devatas might ask, he promised and went away. Who knows whether he will be born or not? So Valmiki, or rather Chaturmukha Brahma, is saying that no, he is Satyasandha. He is promised means it will definitely happen. So to such a Vishnu, so Satyasandhasya Virasya, so Vira Sarveshannaha Hitaishinaha Vishnoho Sahayan. So what he's telling is this Vishnu who has promised to us and gone. So what kind of Vishnu he is? So he is Veera, and then Sarveshannaha Hitaishinaha. He is the well-wisher of all of us. Then Sahayan Balinaha Srijadhvam. So to that Vishnu who is going to be born, who has promised to us that he will be born. So to that Vishnu you create. Srijadhvam means all of you create Sahayan. Sahayan means somebody who will come and help. So Sahayan. So Sahayan means that. So Sahayan is people, so that you create people so that when Vishnu comes down as an avatara, as Rama, then these people will be of help to Vishnu. So Kamarupinaha, what kind of people you should create? They should be Kamarupinaha. Kamarupinaha means they should be able to take the form, any form at their own wish. So suppose I want to look as what I am looking now, so I will look like that. Suppose I want to look like something else, then I should be able to look like that. So that is Kamarupinaha. So I am able to change my form at will. Such kind of people you create. Chaturmukha Brahma is telling. So and then he's explaining how these people should be. Maya Vidascha Shuranscha Vayu Vega Samanjave Nayagnan Buddhi Sampannan Vishnu Tulya Parakraman. So they should be Maya Vidaha. Maya Vidaha means all these secret, what should I say, these Rakshasas are going to be Mayavis. Mayavis are, they are very deceptive. So they have skills that can be deceptive to the enemy. So such deceptive skills they should be able to recognize and counter it. Such kind of people you should create. Shuraha means in a war they should be valorous, as in they should be able to fight a war. Such kind of people you should create. Vayu Vega Saman Jave. Jave means in speed. In speed they should be as though equal to Vayu. So Vayu Vega Saman Jave, while they are flying, they should be as quick or as swift as Vayu. And then Nayagnan. Naya is, so Nayagnan is, so they should be, I think Tikakara says, so Samadana, Bheda, Danda, so those things they should know. So they should have, what is this called? So that that skill, so political skill, something like that. So they should know how to talk, when to talk, and how to deal with affairs. Such things they should know. And then Buddhi Sampannan, they should be very intelligent. Why should they be intelligent? Because they should react accordingly in a context. So this Buddhi Sampanna will come, I think, 1 or 2 times more in this sarga. So Vanaras are not just Hanuman. Hanuman is Buddhimatam Varishtaha. So those things will come, but he will talk like that about Hanuman also. But even generally Vanaras themselves are supposed to be very Buddhiman people. So that Valmiki says. So you can see that in the context of monkeys also, if you have observed. So Tattvavedantaji keeps telling. To his apartment, a lot of monkeys keep coming. And then off late, so he's been feeding the last 10 years. I'm seeing Swamiji feeds monkeys. He recognizes those monkeys also. Off late, what those monkeys are doing. So at the balcony of his apartment, there's a grill on the balcony. Now earlier they used to stand away on the floor or outside his door or something. So his house on the second floor, so on the ground floor or something they stay. Now they have started holding on to the grill of the balcony and standing at the appropriate time. So we know the time when Swamiji will open the balcony. By that time, if he opens the balcony, those monkeys are already there. So it's like that. They are very intelligent people. They know these things. And then I have also observed when Swamiji was feeding them, if you give them a banana anyway, they will take out the skin and eat. That is there. So if you give them apple, they will eat the apple leaving the skin. I have seen these things with my eyes. And then Swamiji says, if you give them a pomegranate, they will break open the pomegranate, eat only the seeds and throw the rest of the fruit away. So that is buddhimat. So buddhiman. So vanaras are very intelligent people that way. And then Vishnu tulya parakraman. So in their prowess, they should be equal to Vishnu himself. So such kind of vanaras, srijadhvam, all of you create. uh, asamharyan upayagnan दिव्य संहननान्वितान् सर्वास्त्र गुणसम्पन्नान् अमृतप्राशनान् इव असंहार्यान्. So asamharyan means shatrubhir vinashitum ashakyan. So asamharyan means they should be undefeatable, or they should not, so Shatru should not be able to defeat them, such kind of people. Then Upayagnan is where he's telling, so Samadana, Danda and things like that. So Naya you can take there as, so they know contextually how to deal with things. And then Upaya here is that Samadana, Veda and Danda, such things they know. And then Divya Samhananan Vitan. So Divya Samhananan Vitan means their body is, so Samhananam means Shariram. So Divya Samhananam means they have a very beautiful, very what should I say, dazzling kind of body. So like Devatas, that is what he's telling in the second half also. So like Devatas, their body is. And then Sarvastra Guna Sampannan. So Sarvastra Guna Sampannan comes again later also. So you should understand Sarvastra Guna Sampannan means, you can say they know how to yield all these weapons and wield all these weapons and things like that. Or you can say that if some weapons are hurled against them, they know how to escape. And then weapons, mind you, are not just physical. So those days weapons used to be mantras. For every mantra there used to be one adhishtatri devata, and that devata, if you pray to that devata and leave that whatever arrow, then the devata will take care of the arrow, and he or she will do accordingly what is required. So if there is a mantra that was released, I mean the arrow is released along with the mantra, then another mantra can counter it. So those things people should be know. So these people know such things. Sarvastra gunasampannan amrita prashananiva. So they are amrita prashana means devatas. So these people are as though devatas. Such people you should create. Apsarassu cha mukhyasu gandharvinam tanushu cha yakshapannaga kanyasu riksha vidyadharishu cha kinnarinam cha gatreshu vanarinam tanushu cha srijadhvam harirupena putrans tulya parakraman. So where should you create all these people? So putrans tulya parakraman, they should be your children, your putra should be equal to you in prowess. So tulya parakraman. So where should you create them? In Apsarasu, in Apsarasas, then Apsarasu cha Mukhyasu. So Apsarasu, Mukhyasu. So amongst the best of Apsarasas and Gandharva, Stris and things like that, he's going to say. So amongst all these people, you choose the best, and through them you have these children. Why best? Because these people who are going to be born should also be Sreshta Gunavan. So Gunavantaha. So you select the best people, and then through them you give birth to these children. So Apsarasu cha Mukhyasu Gandharvinam Tanushu cha Gandharvis. So Gandharva is the male and Gandharvi is the female. So in Gandharvi, Tanushu means in their bodies. So through them. So Yaksha Pannaga Kanyasu. So Yakshas are there, Pannagas are there. And then so in the female versions of them. So Yaksha Kanyasu and Pannaga Kanyasu. Pannagas, Yakshas. Then Riksha Vidyadhari Shucha. Rikshas are there. Then Vidyadharas are the male, and Vidyadhari. So in those Vidyadharis, and then Kinnaranancha Gatreshu, in the bodies, through the bodies of those Kinnaras, and then Vanarinan Tanushucha. So this Tikakara is telling, through all these people you have children, but those children should be as though of the form of Vanaris. So Vanarinam Tanushucha means, so in Vanaris also, but then the children that come out should be like, they should resemble Vanaras. So Srijadhvam Harirupena. Srijadhvam means all of you create. So Harirupena means in the form of monkeys. Those people who are going to be born should be as though looking like monkeys. They They are not monkeys themselves. Vanara word keeps coming here. Vanara, I told this earlier also, does not mean monkey. Vanaraha means, so Swamiji says humanoid. So they are looking, so if you look at them, you get a doubt. These people look like human beings. Narahava, Narova, you feel like that. So when will you? So if you see another human being, you don't get the question: is he a human being? But if you look at somebody who's looking like a human being but not entirely like a human being, then you get this question: are these people look like human beings and things like that? So Vanaras means that they are not monkeys; they are looking like human beings only. So somewhere, let's say, a less evolved kind of species of human being, something like that. Uh, so Harirupena Srijadhvam. So you give birth to them so that they take the form of monkeys. So look like monkeys. Hari means monkey here. So Putrans Tulya Parakraman, they should be equal to you in prowess. So now these devatas, perhaps you'll ask, you are telling us to do, but what are you going to do? You should also create somebody. So expecting such a question. So Brahmaji is telling, Purvam eva maya srishtaha jambavan vriksha pungavaha jrumbhamanasya sahasa mama vakrad ajayata. So I have already created, and it's not like I'm telling you, you do something and I will not do anything. I have already created whom? Jambavan. So Purvam eva maya srishtaha. Purvam means already I have done. When? So this came earlier also in the previous yuga itself. So in Krita yuga itself, I have created Jambavan. So पूर्वमेव मया सृष्टः जाम्बवान् ऋक्षपुङ्गवः. Pungavaha means Sreshtha. Pungavaha literally means a male ox, whatever, male cow. So, but then it means Sreshtha. So, Pungava means a best bear. Riksha is bear, and then Riksha. So, Riksha Sreshtha. So, a Sreshtha bear called Jambavan I have already created. And then how did he come about? So, Jrumbhamanasya Sahasa Mama Vaktra Dajayata. So, I was yawning one day. So Jrumbhamana means, so Jrumbhanam is yawning. So Jrumbhamanasya Sahasa. Sahasa means without any, without any volition. So just like that he came. One day I was yawning, and suddenly from that yawning, this Jambavan has come. Vaktra Jajayata, from my mouth, this Jambavan had come about. Te tathokta. So now devatas have listened to Brahma's words and they are saying, Te tathokta Bhagavata तत्प्रतिश्रुत्य शासनम जनयामा सुरे बंते पुत्रान वानररूपिणः. ते तथोक्ता means having those people who have thus been addressed by Brahma, Bhagavata tathokta, those people who have been thus addressed by Bhagavan Brahma, tat pratishrutya shasanam, they also heard this shasanam means instruction that Brahmaji gave them, having heard that janayama surevante putran vanararupinaha, they also, so they did accordingly and then gave birth to putran vanararupinaha, those who look like vanara, such kind of putras they gave birth to. So who also rishayascha mahatmanaha siddha vidyadharo ragaha चारणाश्च सुतान् वीरान् ससृजुर् वनचारिणः वानरेन्द्रं महेन्द्राभमिन्द्रो वालिनमात्मजं सुग्रीवं जनयामास तपनस्तपताम्बरः. So first we'll see 9th shloka. So who all gave birth to these people? Rishayaha, rishis, Mahatma, rishis, then Siddha Vidyadharo Ragaha. So Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Uragas, Charanas. So these people, Sutan, Viran, Sasrujur, Vanacharinaha. So these people created. Sutan means children, sons. So Viran, Sutan. So great. I mean, what should I say? Vira, children, the sons. Sasrujuhu, they created. Sasrujur, Vanacharinaha. So these people are so these Vanaras are roaming about in the forest. So such kind of people they have created. And then now he gives list of certain important Vanaras. So and then through which devata they have come about. So Vanarendram Mahendrabham Indro Valinama Atmajam Sugrivam Janayamasa Tapanas Tapatamvaraha. So Mahendrabham Indraha. So Indraha Valinam Atmajam. So Indra created Vali as his son. Atmaja means born out of himself. So son. So Valinam Atmajam, who Indraha. So Indra created him. So how is this Vali? He is Mahendrabha. So Mahendrabham, Mahendra Parvata. He is looking as though like Mahendra Parvata. So such, you can say he is glowing like Mahendra Parvata. Abha means so glow. And then Mahendrabham, but he is looking like, so he is so gigantic in his appearance that he is looking like Mahendra Parvata. And then he is Vanarendra. So he is Vanara Sreshta. He is king among the Vanaras. So Indra, who is the king of Devatas, gave birth to Vali, who is the king of those Vanaras. Sugrivam Janayamasa Tapanas Tapatambaraha. Sugrivam. So Indraha Valinam Janayamasa. Sugrivam Tapanaha Janayamasa. Tapana Surya. Then Suryaha, he is using a Visheshana, Tapanaha, Tapatambaraha. Tapatambaraha means, so he who's best amongst blazing you or scorching you. So who's he? That is sun. So such a son gave birth to Sugriva. Now बृहस्पतिस्त्वजनयत् तारं नाम महाकपिं सर्ववानरमुख्यानां बुद्धिमन्तमनुत्तमं. So Brihaspati to Ajanayat, whom Brihaspati gave birth to Tara. So this is not Tara. So Tara is another character, not the female Tara. I think Tara is Vali's wife, I think. So Vali's wife is Tara and Sugriva's wife is Ruma, I think. So there are, so, or maybe I'm telling the ulta. So Tara is Sugriva's wife, maybe. I'm not sure. So Tara is Vali's wife, I think. So she comes under Saptakanyas and things like that. So this is not that Tara. This is a separate person called Tara. He's a feminine person, Taraha. So that Tara, this Brihaspati created Mahakapi, great Vanara, and then he's using, Valmiki is using Visheshanam for him. Sarva Vanara Mukhyanam Buddhimantam Anuttamam. So Vanara Mukhyanam, amongst the chief so amongst the chiefs of Vanara. So there are Vanaras, there are chiefs amongst them. That means they are chiefs who are ruling over those Vanaras. Ruling over means they are, what should I say, supervising those Vanaras. And between those chiefs of Vanaras, this person is Buddhimanta. So he's supposed to be very intelligent. So Buddhimantam, but then Buddhimantam Sarva Vanara Mukhyanam Buddhimantam. So he's I think that is the Anvaya. So he's so brilliant, intelligent, that so even amongst great Vanara chiefs, he shines as a very brilliant person. Anuttamam means there is so he's incomparable. Whatever, there is nobody greater than him in intelligence. Such kind of person Brihaspati gave birth. So Brihaspati is supposed to be Deva Guru, and then he's a very intelligent person himself. So he gave birth to such a person. धनदस्य सुतः श्रीमान् वानरो गन्धमादनः विश्वकर्मात्वजनयन् नलं नाम महाकपिं. So धनदः is Kubera. So धनदस्य सुतः श्रीमान् वानरः, who is he? Gandhamadanaha. Gandhamadana is name of the Vanara that Kubera created. Then Vishwakarmatvajanayan nalam nama mahakapim. So Vishwakarma gave birth to this great Vanara called Nala. पावकस्य सुत श्रीमान नीलोग्नि सदृश प्रभः तेजसा यशसा वीर्याद् अत्यरिच्यत वीर्यवान. So पावकस्य सुतः, पावका is Agni, पावकस्य सुतः who? Shriman Neelaha. So Nala, Neela, Gandhamadana, all those words are coming. So this Neela is fires, so Agni's son. So he's Agni's son, therefore he's Agni Sadrsha Prabha. Even his brilliance is like Agni. Tejasa Yashasa Viryad Atyarichyata Viryavan. So by his tejas and by his fame, Yashas, so Viryad, by his prowess, so he's what should I say? Atyarichata means so he overlords over others. That means he in comparison to everybody else in these three things, he is supreme. So something like that. Atyarichata Viryavan. So yeah, Viryavan. It's an adjective to Neela. And then Rupa Dravina Sampanna Ashwinau Rupa Sammatau Maindanchat Vividan Chaiva Janayama Satuswayam. So now these Ashwini Kumaras are twins. So they are also they are called the doctors of the Deva Bishajau. I think it's a word like that. So these Ashwini Kumaras are, so they are the doctors of these Devatas. So those Ashwini Kumaras are supposed to be very beautiful also in appearance. So even in Mahabharata, what are their names? So Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula and Sahadeva. So Nakula and Sahadeva are supposed to be Amshas of Ashwini Kumaras. So very beautiful to look at. So very handsome people. Those Ashwini Kumaras are also very beautiful, and these people are also very beautiful that way. So that is what he is telling. So these Ashwini Kumaras are Rupa Dravina Sampannau. So they are Dravina Sampannau. Dravina means wealth. So Dravina Sampannau means they have great wealth. But what kind of wealth? Rupa Dravina Sampannau. They have this great wealth called beauty. So such kind of Ashwini Kumaras, they gave birth to Mainda and Dvivida. And then these Mainda and Dvivida, because they are born from such beautiful Ashwini Kumaras, they are also Rupa Sammatau. Or you can say Rupa Sammatau, you can say Ashwini Kumara also. But Rupa Sammatau are, so it's adjective to Mainda and Dvivida. So who are also acknowledged by people as to be very beautiful. Maindanchat Dvividanchaiva Janayama Sutuswayam. So Swayam means they themselves. They themselves means through another, whatever, one of these those apsarasas and things like that. So they gave birth to them. Now our hero is coming. So Varuno Janayamasa, sorry, not yet. So Varuno Janayamasa Sushenam Nam Avanaram Sharabham Janayamasa Parjanyastu Mahabalaha. So this Varuna is the Adhishta, what should I say, Abhimani Devata for water bodies. So that Varuna gave birth to Sushena, and then Sharabham Janayamasa Parjanyastu Mahabalaha. So Parjanya is the lord of rain. So that Parjanya gave birth to this Mahabala called Sharabha. So he's another Vanara. Now Hanuman is coming. Marutasyaurasa Shriman Hanuman Namavanaraha Vajra Samhananopeto Vainateya Samojave Sarva Vanara Mukhyeshu Buddhiman Balavanapi. So Marutasya Aurasaha. Who is he? Shriman Hanuman Namavanaraha. So this Vanara called Hanuman, who Shriman, who has great buddhi wealth. You can say Shriman is a respectful term also. So then Shriman literally means one who has great wealth. So here you can say buddhi is his wealth. Such kind of Hanuman was created by whom? Marutaha. So Marutasya Aurasaha. Aurasaha means own son. That's the meaning. And how did this expression come up? Perhaps Aurasa. So Urasa. So Uraha means chest. So if father and son are there, and then somebody comes and asks the father, who's that boy? Then he will say, he's my son. So he will touch the chest and say, he's my son. So something like that. Perhaps Aurasaha means it comes like that. So Aurasah Putraha means own son. That is the meaning. And then how did it come up? Maybe I'm guessing. Maybe it's true also. It came up like that. So Uraha means chest. So my own son, they say. So something like that. So Marut. So Marutatmaja we say for Hanuman. So he created Hanuman, and then this Hanuman is Vajra Samhananopetaha. His body is like Vajra. And then Tikakara is telling body is like Vajra means even if a Vajra is a diamond, diamond is supposed to be very hard. So you can cut a diamond only by a diamond, they say. But even if a diamond comes and hits Hanuman's body, the diamond will become pieces, but he will still be strong. Something like that. So it's a way of saying that he had a very strong body. Vainateya Samo Jave. So all these other people are Vayu Vega, they are, but this person is Vainateya is Garuda. So in speed, Hanuman is like Garuda. Then Sarva Vanara Mukhyeshu Buddhiman Balavanapi. So amongst all these Vanara Mukhyas of all these great Vanaras, amongst them he is Buddhiman. So he is very intelligent, and then Balavanapi. So very strong, powerful also. Yeah, so that's the meaning. So we say then Buddhiman Balavan api te srishta bahusahasra. Now so all these Balavan, Buddhiman and things like that go for all Vanaras also, as we have Valmiki himself has said those things. Hanuman also in Sundara Kanda, when he goes to Sita Devi, when he meets her, he tells. So I don't remember the shloka. It's a very beautiful shloka. So in Sugriva's army, he says there is nobody so everybody is either greater than me, or at the least they are equal to me in prowess. There is nobody who is less in prowess than me, so who is lesser powerful than me. So there is nobody in Sugriva's army, he says like that to Sita Devi. Now, so te srishta bahusahasra dashagriva vadhodyataha aprameya bala veera vikranta kamarupinaha. So these people have been te srishtaha, they have been created bahusahasra in many numbers, and by thousands these vanaras have been created. Only some names have been mentioned here. So mind you, like I said, so who's born out of whom? So there is some problem with what is mentioned in Yuddha Kanda. So it doesn't tally, but I will come to that at the end. So te srishta bahusahasra Dashagriva Vadhodyata. So why have they been created? Now that they have been created, what are they going to do? They are Dashagriva Vadhodyataha. So they are geared up. Udyataha means so they are ready. So they are what should I say? They are prepared to kill Dashagriva. Dashagriva is Ravana. Dashagriva Vadhodyataha. These people are. Then Aprameya Bala Veera Vikranta Kamarupinaha. Aprameya Bala means their their bala cannot be measured. Such kind of people, Viraha, then Vikrantaha. Vikranta means so they have a very unique kind of way that they move. So Vikranta has come earlier also. So this gait, so they have a unique way of walking. It also means they have great prowess and things like that. Kamarupinaha, like Brahmaji also said that you should create these people who are Kamarupinaha. They can take any form that they like. ते गजाचल संकाशा वपुष्मन्तो महाबलाः ऋक्षवानरगोपुच्छाः क्षिप्रमेवाभिजज्ञिरे. So they, how are they? Those people, Gajachala Sankashaha. So to look at, they are like elephants, Gaja, and then Achala Sankashaha. Achala is Parvata. So that which does not move is called Achala Parvata. So Achala Sankasha, to look at, they are like mountains and elephants. So they are very gigantic. That's the meaning. Vapushmantaha. Vapushmantaha means they have body. So like we say bodybuilder and things like that. So they have great bodies. So Mahabalaha, great prowess. Riksha Vanara Gopuchaha. Kshiprameva Bhijagnire. So what are the kinds of people that have come now? So rikshas, bears, vanaras are, so they look like monkeys. So rikshas means they look like bears. So Gopuchaha. Gopucha is another kind of vanaras for whom the tail looks like it's the tail of a go. So that is Gopuchaha. Go means cow. So the tail of those kinds of vanaras looks like it's the tail of a cow. So such kind of vanaras. Kshiprameva bhijagnire. So these people were born immediately. Kshipram means quickly. Quickly means what? As soon as the coming together of the male and female has happened, immediately, without any like how humans are born. So there is 9 months pregnancy and things like that. So it was not the case with them. So immediately they were born. यस्य देवस्य यद्रूपं वेशो यश्च पराक्रमः अजायत समं तेन तस्य तस्य पृथक् पृथक्. So these people who are born, so they are born through, each of them is born through the tejas of a particular devata. So these people who are born also are equal to them from whom they are born. So yasya devasya yadrupam, so which a devata which has a particular rupa and then vesha, that, so parakrama, so that same vesha, rupa and parakrama, these people who are born through them also have the same kind of vesha, rupa and parakrama. Ajayata samam tena. Tena means like their fathers from whom they are born. So tasya tasya pruthak pruthak. Pruthak pruthak means they are separately born. So Tikakara says, so the coming together of one man and one female, one woman formed one son only. That's the meaning. So pruthak pruthak means, so it's not that there were I don't know how to put it. So it's not like too many people came together or something like that. So one man and one woman and one son, something like that. Pruthak pruthak. So गोलाङ्गूलेषु चोत्पन्नाः किञ्चिदुन्नतविक्रमाः ऋक्षीषु च तथा जाता वानराः किन्नरीषु च देवा महर्षिगन्धर्वास्तार्क्ष्य यक्षा यशस्विनः नागाः किंपुरुषाश्चैव सिद्धविद्याधरोरगाः. So that we will come to later. Let's look at 22nd half and 21st first half. गोलाङ्गूलेषु चोत्पन्नाः. So these golangula means, so it's another species of vanara. So what we call as langur. So that is this golangula. So this langula means langur. So this golangula to these golangula vanara trees utpannaha kinchidunnata vikramaha. So to these golangula vanara trees, the children that were born to them, they are kinchidunnata vikramaha. Their prowess is a little more than the devatas from whom they are born. So all these vanaras that have been mentioned so far, they are born with the same prowess as the father, the devata from which they are born. But these vanaras who are born to these women, golanguleshu chotpannaha, so those vanaras are kinchidunnata vikramaha. They have a little more prowess than the father from whom they are born. Rikshishu cha tatha jata vanara kinnarishu cha. So to those rikshis also, female bears, and then tatha jata. So some of them were born with greater prowess, and then Vanaraha Kinnarishu. So Kinnaras and Kinnaris. So this Kinnara also is like that. So if you look at them, you will say, so this person looks like a man. So Kinnaraha. And then Kinnari means Nari means Nari. So Kinnari means the female version of Kinnaras. So to them also, to these bears, to these Kinnaris, Rikshis means female bears. So Kinnaris, and then these Golangula Stris. So to them also some Vanaras were born. Now, Deva, Maharshi, Gandharvas, Tarkshya, Yaksha, Yashasvinaha, Nagah, Kimpurushaschaiva, Siddha Vidyadharoragaha, Bahavo, Janayama, Surhrishtas, Tatra Sahasrashaha, Charanascha, Sutan Viran, Sasrujur, Vanacharinaha, Vanaran, Sumahakayan, Sarvan Vai, Vanacharinaha, Apsarasu Chamukhyasu, Tatha Vidyadharishu cha, Naga Kanyasu cha, Tada Gandharvinam, Tanushu cha, Kama Rupa Balopeta, Yatha Kama Vicharinaha. Kama vicharinaha. So now in these shlokas, so there is two kinds of descriptions: from whom people are born and to whom people are born. So those two things we have to carefully separate. So Deva, Maharshi, Gandharva, Tarksha. Tarksha is a particular kind of Devata, so you must be familiar with this mantra. So Swastinas Tarkshyo Arishtanemihi. So we say that Tarksha. So Tarksha generally they say is Garuda. So the Tarksha. So this so Tikakara is telling that Vamsha of Garuda. So Vamsha of Tarksha. Those kind of Devatas. So Tarksha, Yaksha, Yashasvina. These are all Yashasvis. So to them, Nagaha, Kinpurushaha, then Siddha Vidyadharo, Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Uragas. So to them, Bahavo Janayamasu. So these people, so Devatas, Maharshis, etc., these people, Bahavo Janayamasuhu, Krishtas Tatra Sahasrasha. These people created, so very happy, so very happily they created so many Vanaras. So Bahavaha Janayamasuhu, though they created so many people. So these are the fathers, you can say, Bahavaha Janayamasuhu, Krishtas Tatra Sahasrashaha. So they are very happy, and then this by thousands they created such people. Then Charanascha Sutan Viran Sasurjur Vanacharinaha. So these Charanas also created Sutan, so Veera Suta, so very powerful sons they created. Sasurjuhu means they created Vanacharinaha. So all these Vanaras are these people who roam about in the forest. So Vanaran Sumahakayan Sarvanvai Vanacharinaha. So they so Vanaraha Mahakaya. So Sumahakaya means very, I mean, so gigantic body and things like that. Sarvanvai Vanacharinaha. All these people are Vanacharis. Now he's telling the people from whom they are created. So all this has been said, but it's just kind of repetition. Apsarasu cha mukhyasu tatha vidyadharishu cha naga kanyasu cha tada gandharvinan tanushu cha kama rupa balopeta yatha kama vicharinaha. So jataha ityarthaha. So apsarasu cha, so in up to apsarasas to, so apsarasu cha mukhyasu, I told you, so the best amongst apsarasas. So to vidyadhara stris, vidyadharis, then naga kanyas, so gandharvis, to all of them these Vanaras were born. So these were like the Kshetra. So the bodies, I mean the mothers to whom they were born. What kind of Vanaras were born? Kama Rupa Balopetaha. So they are their Bala are sorry, they are Kama Rupas. They can take as much, so they can take what form they want, that kind of form they can take, and their Bala is also like that. So you can say Kama Balopetaha also. So as much power they want, so much power they can display. Yatha Kama Vicharinaha. So they have this Svecha Vihara. They wherever they want to go, they will go. That's the meaning. सिंहशार्दूल सदृशा दर्पेण च बलेन च शिला प्रहरणा सर्वे सर्वे पर्वतयोधिनः नखदंष्ट्रायुधा सर्वे सर्वे सर्वास्त्रकोविदाः. So सिंहशार्दूल सदृशाः दर्पेण च बलेन च. So darpa means that kind of an arrogance. So this arrogance is a good quality kind of arrogance. So sometimes a little arrogance looks nice, you know. So something like, so Kavis, poets describe like that. Some kind of arrogance looks nice to look at. So there is something called Pandita Abhimanam also. So these Panditas have a certain particular kind of Abhimana. So this Abhimana, if Panditas have, it will look sometimes nice only. If Murkhas have Abhimana, then it is like stupid to think about. Anyway, so this Darpa is like a kind of a good quality kind of Darpa. Not like, you know, Rakshasa is also arrogant. These people are also arrogant. It's not like that. I've said this before. So Darpenacha, Balenacha, they are Simha Shardula Sadrishaha. So they are equal to, in Bala and in that kind of arrogance, they are like lions, Simha and Shardula, tiger. So it's like that. So Shila Praharana Sarve Sarve Parvatayodhinaha. So these people, so they when they fight a war, how do they fight? Shila Praharanaha. So they take great stones and throw. So Praharana is to throw. So Shila Praharanaha Sarve Sarve Parvatayodhinaha. So they uproot mountains and throw. So that's the meaning. Nakha Damshtra Yudha Sarve. So they fight with Nakha. So Nakha is nails, and Damshtra is what should I say? So Damshtra, so nails and claws and things like that. So they fight with fight like that. So Nakha Damshtra Yudha Sarve Sarvastra Kovidaha. So this is the so after this the Adbhuta Rasa starts. But this is, so Sarvastra Kovida here is, so Shiromani Kara is very nicely saying, so this is like, so it's a very subtle kind of joke. So they are Sarvastra Kovidaha, but look at them, what are they fighting with? These are people born with great tejas of Devatas, so therefore they are Sarvastra Kovidaha, but look at them, they are fighting with stones and mountains and things like that. So that's a subtle kind of humor. Then Sarvastra Kovidaha, Tilakakara says, like I said before, so Sarvastra Kovidaha means if any astra is used on them, they know how to get so vimochana of that astra, how to counter that astra, that they know. But when they fight with all these things. So Sarvastra Kovidaha, so Tilaka, so Shiromani Kara is nicely using, so when these kind of philosophy kind of terms come, it's a little interesting. So he's telling, so they have this Purva Smriti Dvamsa Bhava. So they forgot all those Purva Smriti they don't have. So that Purva Smriti, the kind of samskaras of their what should I say, forms, these devatas have come as vanaras, you know. So their previous samskara as devatas, that smriti they have lost. So there's pradvamsa bhava, sorry, Dvamsa Bhava, yeah, Pradvamsa Bhava of that Smriti. He's telling you this some subtle kind of joke to say, see, they are Sarvastra Kovidaha, but look at what they are fighting with. Now see, Valmiki uses this ling prayoga, so we will see what that means. So he uses a particular kind of tense, and it's very difficult. So how many words he is using which sounds similar, you know, very beautifully. You can say, you can see that विचालयेयुः अभेदयेयुः विचालयेयुः भेदयेयुः द्रुमान् क्षोभयेयुश्च वेगेन समुद्रं सरितां पतिं दारयेयुः क्षितिं पद्भ्याम् आप्लवेयुर्महार्णवान् नभस्थलं विषेयुश्च गृह्णीयुरपि तोयदान् गृह्णीयुरपि मातङ्गान् मत्तान् प्रव्रजतो वने नर्दमानांश्च नादेन पातेयुर्विहङ्गमान्. So ईदृशानां प्रसूतानि हरीणां कामरूपिणां शतसहस्राणि यूथपानां महात्मनां. So vichalayeyuhu shailendran. So shailendra means so great mountains, such mountains, vichalayeyuhu, they are able to just rock them, so they are able to move them up. So vichalayeyuhu shailendran bhedayeyuhu sthiran druman. Sthira, druma means a tree, sthiran druman means trees that are nicely fixed. So those trees there, bhedayeyuhu, they are able to uproot them. Then kshobhayeyuscha vegena samudram saritam patim. So are you observing? So vichalayeyuhu, bhedayeyuhu, kshobhayeyuhu. So this is the ling kind of prayoga. So kshobhayeyuhu vegena samudram saritam patim. So by their speed, they are able to even cause disturbance in the ocean. The ocean is supposed to be calm, you know, that ocean also, this ocean is saritam patim. So they say all rivers go and merge in ocean, right? So they say he's the husband of all rivers. So such kind of, so poets use that kind of expression. So this samudra, by their vega, they are able to create disturbance. Darayeyuhu kshitim padbhyam. So by their 2 feet, they are able to even so what should I say, kind of break or kind of cause tremors on earth through their 2 feet. Aplaveyur Maharnavan. So if this great ocean, they are able to just cross over as though it is nothing. So like on Hanuman, there is a shloka, so Ullanghya Sindhos Salilam Salilam. So as though it's a small leela, for as though it's a small play for him, he will jump from one place to the other. Then Goshpadi Krita Varashim Mashaki Krita Rakshasam. So this entire Varashi, or another reading is Varisha. So that entire ocean, as though it is a cow hoof, you know, if a cow hoof makes a imprint on a small mud or something like that, so that small, so how much time does it take for us to cross over that small portion? Hanuman crossed over the great ocean like that. So these vanaras are capable of such things. So aplaveyur maharnavan nabhastalam vishayuscha grinhiyurapi toyadan. So Nabhastalam Vishayuhu. So you know, Nabhastalam means the dome of the sky. So it's looking, right, the sky when you look at, as though there is a dome, but then we are not saying there is a dome, because he is telling Vishayuhu. So what looks to us like an end, these Vanaras are able to go beyond and beyond that also. So we are not saying Nabha is a tala or something. Tala means a flat or a roof kind of thing. So we are not saying sky is flat or is like a roof. Valmiki is telling what looks like a roof, these Vanaras are able to go even beyond that. Then Grinhiyurapi Toyadan, they are able to just hold on to clouds and then play with them. Something Grinhiyu means they are able to hold on to Toyadan. Toyadan means that which gives Toya water, which is clouds. Grinhiyurapi Matangan Mattan Pravrajato Vane. So they also hold on. They are able to just simply seize elephants. Matanga means elephants. Matangan Mattan. So these kind of, I said, that arrogant elephant which has rut. You know, it's supposed to be a Uttama Jati elephant, such that elephants which are Pravrajato Vane, which are roaming about in forest, those elephants are all simply able to seize them and play with them, things like that. Nardamananscha Nadena Patayayur Vihangaman. So by their nadena, by that nardamananscha nadena, the nada means the sound that they make. By the sound that they are making, they are able to patayeyuhu vihangama. They are able to shoo away those animals. So they make a great noise through that roar. All these animals will fly away and things like so. You will see later Hanuman will make such a noise before jumping over to the ocean. ईदृशानां प्रसूतानि हरीणां कामरूपिणां शतं शतसहस्राणि यूथपानां महात्मनां. So ईदृशानां means so this way, the way it has been described, prasutani have been born. So harinam kamarupinam shatam shatasahasrani. So harina means these monkeys who are kamarupi. Shatam shatasahasrani. Shatasahasra is 100,000. So 100,000. So many people, that's the meaning. Yuthapanam Mahatmanam Prasutani. So these kind of Yuthapa means Yutha means a Samuha, Yuthapa means a lord of the Samuha. So a chief of what is the battalions, groups of Vanaras, and there are chiefs of those groups. Then Mahatmanam Prasutani. So the birth of these people are like in this way. In this way means of this great prowess. So this is the Adbhuta Rasa. I don't know if I was able to convey the Adbhuta Rasa nicely, but that Adbhuta Rasa is there. ते प्रधानेषु यूथेषु हरीणां हरियूथपाः बभूवुर्यूथपश्रेष्ठान् वीरांश्चाजनयन् हरीन्. ते प्रधानेषु यूथेषु हरीणां हरियूथपाः. So harinam yutheshu, pradhaneshu yutheshu, of those important or whatever prominent groups of monkeys, hariyuthapaha, chiefs of such groups, babhuvuhu. So these people, so vanaras, so of those many vanaras that were born, certain vanaras became the chiefs of these huge groups of vanaras. That means battalions and then chiefs and things like that. Some vanaras became like that. Yuthapa Sreshtan Viranscha Janayan Harin. So they became Vana Yuthapa Shre. They became this best amongst those groups and they became the chief. And then Ajayan Harin. So what did they do? They also, so that first Srishti these Devatas did, and then therefore thereafter the numbers of Vanaras, these people who have been created, they continued. So Ajanayan Harin. So these Vanaras, these great chieftain Vanaras, those also created further Vanaras. Now Anye, so now all these Vanaras are there. Now what did they do? Anye Rikshavatah Prasthan Upatastu Sahasrashaha Anye Nana Vidhan Chailan Kananani cha Bhejire. So of these, so some people, Anye, some of those Vanaras, Rikshavatah Prasthan Upastuhu Sahasrashaha. So thousands, so some thousands of these Vanaras, Rikshavataha Prastham Upastuhu. Rikshavata is a mountain, particular mountain. Prastha is the Shikhara of that mountain. So some of these, so some thousands of these Vanaras stayed. Upastuhu means they approached and stayed on the Shikhara of this Rikshavata mountain. And then Anye, some others, Nana Vidhan Chailan Kanananicha Bhejire. So some of them stayed on this Rikshavata Parvata. Some others went to Nana Vidhan Chailan. Some other mountain peaks they went to, and some other forests. Kanananicha Bhejire. Bhejire means they approached, served, or they lived there. So they lived in some other mountain peaks and what should I say, mountain peaks and forests. So let me just complete. We just have 2-3 more shlokas. We will complete the sarga today. Surya putrancha sugrivam shakra putrancha valinam bhratara upatastuste sarvecha hariyuthapaha. So all these monkeys, all these hariyuthapaha means all these chiefs of vanaras. So Surya putrancha sugrivam shakra putrancha valinam. So the Surya putra Sugriva and Shakra is Indra. So Indra putra Vali. Bhratarau, so Bhratarau, these are two brothers. Bhratarau upatastuste. So upatastuhu means, so they remained close to them or loyal to them, or they served them and they stayed along with them. Upatastuhu means they stayed close by. So that's the meaning. Or literally it means that, but what they mean to say is that they became the subjects of these people, something like that. So Sarvecha Hariyuthapaha. Then Neelam, Nalam Neelam Hanumantam Anyanscha Hariyuthapan. तेतार्क्ष बल संपन्ना सर्वे युद्ध विशारदाः विचरन्तोदयन् सर्वान् सिंहव्याघ्र महोरगान्. So some of them were directly serving Vali and Sugriva. Some of them were serving Nala, Neela and Hanuman. So these Nala, Neela, Hanuman are all these ministers of Vali and then Sugriva and things like that. So Anyanscha Hariyuthapan. So other Hariyuthapa. So Hariyutha means the Samuha Vanaras and Hariyuthapa means the chief of those groups of vanaras. So they served these people. te tarksha bala sampannaha sarve yuddha visharadaha. So in prowess these vanaras are tarksha bala sampannaha. Tarksha is, like I said, Garuda. So they have the prowess of Garuda, and then yuddha visharadaha, very skillful in fighting a war. Vicharantor dayan sarvan simha vyaghra mahoragan. So they were roaming about in forests and things like that. While roaming about in the forest, Ardayan Sarvan Simhavyagra Mahoragan. So they caused they caused trouble. That means they are able to, they are Vanaras, but they are able to subjugate even whom? Simha, Vyaghra, and Mahoraga. Mahoragas are great serpents. So Uraga means serpents, and Simha and Vyaghra, lion and tiger. So that means these people ruled over that forest. That means they are very powerful kind of. So it's this itself so shows that they are not merely monkeys. They were Vanaraha, like I said, Narova. So such kind of people. So they could easily tame, or strictly it means they could control or put them in their place, something like that. Now, Mahabahur Vali Vipula Vikramaha Jugopa Bhuja Viryena Priksha Gopuchhavanaran. So, this Mahabala and Mahabahu means very extended arms, long hands. Mahabala is Mahabala, we know. Mahabala and Mahabahu Vali Vipula Vikramaha. So, this with great prowess, this kind of Vali Jugopa Bhuja Viryena Riksha Gopuchhavanaran. Jugopa means he ruled over them. What's the Jugopa means Raraksha. So he protected all these Riksha, Gopucha Vanaran. So these Vanaras and these Gopucha Vanara we saw. So different, all these Vanara species that have been created so far, they were ruled over by this Vali. Jugopa literally means that he protected them. That means he ruled over them. Tairiyam Prithvi Shurai Saparvata Vanarnava कीर्णा विधि संस्थानैर नाना व्यंजन लक्षणैः तैरिवम तैहि means by these vanaras yam prithvi kirna. This entire prithvi was vyapta. Kirna means pervaded by them. Vyapta. So what kind of people they are? Shuraihi. Shura, that I said earlier in the beginning itself of this sarga, Shura came. So they are Yuddha Visharada, such kind of people. Saparvata Vanarnava. So this Prithvi and all the parvatas on it, and then all the forests in it, all the oceans in this Prithvi. So these people were everywhere. So they were Kirna, Vyapta by these people. Vidhi Samsthanair, Nana. So Vividha Samsthanaihi. Vividha Samsthanas means, so they are of different kinds of bodies. So different, there are different people, and then each one is looking different. And then Nana Vyanjana Lakshanaihi. So it's not that it's difficult to make out. So there is Nala, there is Neela, there is Hanuman. But if you look at them, you are able to find out that this is Nala, this is Neela, this is Hanuman. It's not like all of them were looking similar or something. So Nana Vyanjana Lakshanaihi means they had their unique features also, through which you can clearly identify them. Now Valmiki ends. Tairmegha Vrinda Chalakuta Sannibhair Mahabalairvanara Yuthapadhipaihi Bhuva Bhur Bhima Sharira Rupaihi Samavrata Rama Sahaya Hetoho. So Bhuhu Samavrata. So this earth has been pervaded by these people. Taihi, by these people. What kind of people? Megha Vrindachala Kuta Sannibhaihi. So Kuta Sannibhai. Kuta means group. So Megha Vrinda Achala Kuta Sannibhaihi. So they are so Megha Vrinda. By hosts of these clouds, and so there are many in number. That's the meaning. Achala Kuta Sannibhaihi. So I hope I'm going correct on this meaning. So Megha Vrindachala Kuta Sannibhaihi means, so they are looking, they are so many in number. So like many clouds and many parvatas. So like that they are Sannibhaihi, Mahabalaihi, Vanara Yuthapadhipaihi. So Mahabalas by these Mahabali Vanaras, and then Vanara Yuthapadhipaihi. So Vanara Yutha, I told you, then Yuthapa Adhipaihi. So these great chieftains of Vanaras. So these Vanaras, their chieftains, all of them are there on this earth. So Bhuhu Samavrita Bhuva. So this Bhumi is pervaded by them. That means filled by these people. There are so many in number, and they are what kind of people? Bhima Sharira Rupaihi. Bhima Sharira Rupaihi means their Shariram and their Rupam. So Shariram is that particular body, and Rupam is how that body looks also. So by the mere size of the body and the appearance of the body, they are Bhima. Bhima means very, so they cause great fear. Such kind of body they had. So by such vanaras, and then these people are Rama Sahaya Hetoho Samavrita. So Rama Sahaya Hetoho. Um, yeah, so these people have been born for helping Rama. So such kind of by such kind of this vanaras, this earth is pervaded or filled. So इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे वाल्मीकिये आदि काव्ये बालकांडे सप्तदश सर्गः. We finished the 17th sarga. So like I said, Sutika Karas are making some comments here regarding the differences in what has been stated. So for example here, what did they say? Dhanadasya sutas Shriman Vanaro Gandhamadanaha Varuno Janayamasa Sushenam Nama Vanaram. So Dhanada Kubera created this Gandhamadana, then Varuna created Sushena, Sharabham Janayamasa Parjanyaha. So Sharabha was created by Parjanyaha is what is said here. Then in Yuddha Kanda there is a context in which Ravana will send a secret spy, not a messenger, but a spy into Rama's army. When these Rama and the Vanaras come to Lanka, so they are staying there. So the war has not yet begun. So there's a gap, 1 or 2 days, whatever. So during that time, this Ravana sends in a spy to that army camp to find out the details of the army, what are they doing, what do they have, and things like that. So that person's name, what is his name? So let me try to. So just give me a. Yeah, I will tell you the name. So it is Shardula. His name is Shardula. So the Shardula is a spy that is sent by Ravana to gather information from Rama's camp, and then the Shardula comes back and reports. What does he report? He reports about the Vanaras who are there in Rama's camp. What does he say? Sushenaschatra Dharmatma Putro Dharmasya Viryavan. So he says Sushena is Dharmaputra, Dharma's Putra. But then here what has been said? Sushena is Sushena. Sushena was created by Varuna is said in this sarga, whereas in Uddhakanda, so Shardula comes back and says Sushena is the son of Dharma. And then Putra Vaivaswatasyatha Pancha Kalantakopamaha. Vaivaswata is Yama. So Vivaswan is Surya and Surya Putra is Yama. So this Vaivaswata Yama has 5 children who are there in the Vanara. Who are they? Gajo, Gavaksho, Gavayaha, Sharabho, Gandhamadanaha. So this we saw these names. So Sharabha, Gandhamadana. So something else was said in this sarga, whereas in Yuddhakanda it is said that they are born of this Yama. So what is the how do you accommodate for this kind of differences? So if you ask me, for somebody who wants to believe that this kind of sargas are kind of prakshipta, then somebody who wrote it didn't take proper care of such kind of discrepancies which is there elsewhere. Tilakakara mentions this in the case of Sushena in the shloka itself where it comes. What he says is that Sushena is different and this Sushena is different. What Sushena is mentioned here is a different Sushena. What Sushena Shardula mentions to Ravana, he's a different Sushena. So 2 Sushenas were there. So Shiromani Kara says, okay, you can say that, or what you can say is that so he says this Viruddha Vachana is there, but then even the story of so there is disturbance. I'm getting disturbed, but then okay, let me try to concentrate. The Shardula who comes back and reports to Ravana, the Shardula is actually beaten up. If you've seen that story, what happens? The Shardula goes to enemy camp, Rama's camp, but then these Vanaras identify that he's a secret spy who has come. So if you come as a messenger, you are respected. But if you come as a spy, so you are an intruder. So they hold him, they beat him up, and then they take him to Rama and things like that. So this Shardula, by the time he gathers information, he's already hurt. So his mind is not functioning properly. That is what Shiromani Kara is telling. The Shardula came back and reported something to Ravana, but he reported incorrect information. What is correct is what is mentioned by Valmiki in this sarga. That is correct information. What Shardula reported is not correct. It's just that he was deluded because of all the beating. His mind was confused. Therefore, you need not take that as pramana. What you should take as pramana is what is mentioned here. And then he says alternatively, what Tilakakara has said, you can say that also, that there are two Sharabhas, 2 Gandhamadanas, 2 Sushena, such thing you can say, but you need not say like that. also, he gives a very nice alternative explanation, because in that story it is mentioned and he quotes those shlokas also. Udhira sakta sarvangaha vihvalas chalitendriyaha. So this Shardula who comes back to Ravana, he's all full bloodied. He's nicely beaten up by these Vanaras. So he's bloodied and then he's trembling with fear. In fact, he goes and gives to Ravana a very kind of sorry kind of report. He says, this Rama, these Vanaras, we cannot win over. Such kind of report he goes and gives them. So because he was by then already disturbed, so the information that he conveyed need not be taken as true. So that is how this can be explained. So there was a little disturbance in the end. I hope I was a little clear in what I wanted to say. Then I just want to end with one nice, again, not totally related to this sarga, but then these Vanaras, I don't know when again this context will come, so I'm telling it now. These Vanaras, the way it has been described here, so very chanchala buddhi, chapala buddhi. So they are always too active, they are. So it looks like they are restless. So all kavis try to describe that a restless mind is equal to a monkey. So taming our monkey mind, there is a book like that. So the mind is monkey. So perhaps Shankara was the first person to use that expression in Shivananda Lahari. He has a nice shloka. So I want to quote that shloka and end this. So Sada Mohatavyam Vrajati Yuvatinam Kuchagirau. Um, सदा मोहाटव्यां व्रजति युवतीनां कुचगिरौ नटत्याशा शाखास्वटति झटिति स्वैरमभितः कपालिन् भिक्षो मे हृदयकपिमत्यन्तचपलं दृढं भक्त्या बद्ध्वा शिव भवदधीनं कुरु विभो. Very beautiful shloka. As in I'm saying, I'm getting goosebumps. So he's telling this mind of my mind, hey kapalin, hey bhiksho, this mind hridaya kapim atyanta chapalam. This hridaya kapi, my mind is very, what should I say, chanchala. So what should you do though? This bhikshu, you are a beggar who roams about. So if you just roam about without anything and just beg for food, nobody will give you food. You do one thing, you take up some entertainment thing. So what is the entertainment that you will do? So that you display some entertainment and people will give you money and bhiksha. Through that your food also you will get. So what you should do, you tie me. So these people, now we don't see so much, but then these people roam about with a monkey. They tie a rope around the monkey and they make the monkey dance. So that you do to me, but then you should tie a rope around me. What is that rope that you will tie? Dridham bhaktya badhva. So what, that bhakti rope, you tie tie me, that is the monkey mind of mine, you tie. And Shiva bhavad adhinam kuru vibho. So that monkey dances according to that person's tunes, according to that person's instruction. So he will say, you do salute, so that monkey will do salute. So make my mind also, this monkey mind, as adhinam to you. I mean, take it under your control. So very beautiful shloka. Always think of those two lines. So kapalin bhiksho me hridaya kapim atyanta chapalam dridham bhaktya badhva shiva bhavad adhinam kuru vibho. With this I end this today's session. So tomorrow's session, Ashtadasha Sarga, is where Rama is going to be born. So we will see that auspicious event tomorrow. ओम यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम्. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरिः ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम. तत्सत्. श्रीरामार्पणमस्तु.